2009 marked the end of an era. That was the last year a factory-built step-side pickup truck rolled off an assembly line, a Ford F-150. Chevy had already discontinued theirs years earlier, and Dodge? They bowed out way back in the 1980s. So, why did the step-side die? Why did a design that once defined American pickups vanish from the market? To answer that, we need to rewind the clock. If you go back to the 1920s, step-side pickup trucks weren't an optional styling choice. They weren't a premium trim or a niche package. They were the truck. From the birth of the American pickup through the mid-1950s, every truck was essentially a step-side. And the reason? Simple, practical, and, let's be honest, cheap. By placing the rear fenders outside the bed, manufacturers could build a cargo box with flat, uniform sides. This meant fewer stamped panels, lower production costs, and faster assembly. The benefits? Lighter vehicles, easier to repair, less steel used, which made trucks more profitable. Oh, and there was that handy step on the side, perfect for loading and unloading cargo. Truthfully, the companies weren't thinking about utility so much as saving money, but that cost-cutting made trucks functional and durable, and that's why the step-side existed in the first place. For decades, pickups looked conservative, functional, unmistakably similar across brands. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, minor styling differences, but essentially the same blueprint. By the mid-1950s, though, things started to change. The market demanded trucks that stood out. In 1955, Chevrolet introduced the Cameo Carrier, a radical design that replaced the traditional step-side with a sleek, slab-sided rear. Fiberglass fenders were mold flush with the bed, painted two-tone with chrome accents, more like a sports coupe than a farm truck. Functionally, it wasn't much different. The bed still sat on a narrow step-side frame. But visually, stunning. Dodge tried something similar in 1957 with the D100 swept side, bolting station wagon panels onto a truck bed. The result was striking, even if a little awkward. It was more style experiment than practical evolution. While Dodge and Chevy were experimenting, Ford delivered the first truly modern design, the style side, in 1957. Instead of gluing panels onto a narrow bed, Ford engineered a new cargo box that stretched the full width of the truck, with wheel wells recessed inside the bed. The result? Sleek, aerodynamic sides like the Cameo and swept side. Much more usable cargo space. A bed that was practical and stylish. Ford had a massive advantage. By 1958, Chevrolet followed with the fleet side, GMC with the west side, and Dodge soon released their updated swept side. Within a few years, every brand offered both bed styles, step-side for tradition, style-side for modern practicality. The 1960s brought boxier trucks and growing popularity for full-width beds. Step-sides still existed, and many people loved them. They offered classic styling and nostalgic appeal, perfectly rectangular cargo space. But design priorities were shifting. Interestingly, the late 1990s and early 2000s saw a small resurgence. Trucks got rounder, smoother, and some step-side designs looked purposeful again. Examples: second-gen Ford SVT Lightning, early 2000s step-side Chevy trucks. Curvy fenders and narrower beds complemented the softer designs, giving step-sides a fleeting second wind. By the 2000s, the reality was clear. Fleet sides dominated sales. Maximum cargo space was more important than style. Tooling a second bed style made no financial sense. Strict emissions regulations and aerodynamics also pressured manufacturers. Step-sides with their flared fenders weren't optimal. Chevy quietly ended their step-side line by 2006. Ford followed in 2009, ending a 70-year legacy of factory-built step-side trucks. Today, trucks offer small steps in the rear bumper, giving people the utility of a step without compromising bed space. The step-side is now a symbol of nostalgia, a reminder of when trucks were simple, stylish, and unapologetically unique. It's unlikely we'll see a new factory step-side pickup again, except for special editions. And that's the story of the rise and fall of the step-side bed. Which do you prefer, classic step-side trucks or modern fleet sides? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this Rare Cars video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.